What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing today, man? I hope you guys checked out the last video on installing the fuel cell on the Honda Civic. Went ahead and cut some square tubing, did the measuring, did the leveling, went ahead and put the fuel cell on top and made it look good and pretty. But on today's video, we are going to start the painting and flocking process of the Civic's interior door panels. Now today, we're not going to get all of it done, but it'll get us prepped for tomorrow, hopefully, to finish most of it. There's probably going to be a part 2 on this first part, but I want to try to tackle is the cloth part on the door panel themselves, on the 4 door panels. So I want to dye them with the RIT dye. I'll show you guys in a second what I use with the RIT dye, and then leave that to dry so that tomorrow we can come back, clean the full door panel, prep it with the glue, flock away. So this right here, RIT black all-purpose dye, is what I will be using to dye the cloth part on the Civic's door panels. Now, I didn't make a video a while back, but I ended up doing the CRX's carpet with the RIT dye. We pressure cleaned it, well, first sprayed it with a bunch of degreaser, took the drill and brushed to it, went ham on it, pressure cleaned it all off, let it dry. The following day I went ahead and dyed it with the RIT dye, and it came out peachy. But today, like I said, we're going to focus on the door panels of the Civic. So let me take off the car cover and we'll get to taking off the door panels. All right, so the car cover is off. Here are the door panels that we are going to be flocking. This one, obviously that further back, and this guy. So this right here, obviously it's ripping a little bit, but like I said, today I want to focus on dyeing this part black, and then tomorrow hopefully we'll be able to do the entire door panel. After this is dry, after this is flocked, I will come back, or even tomorrow maybe, and glue this back on, push it back in like nothing happened. Handle cover, I guess you can call it, trim. This handle here, I'll probably end up just leaving it gray, but the rest will be flocked. And then later down the road, the entire dashboard will be coming out, and I will be flocking that bad girl as well. All right, so to get started, there's one screw in there. Now you gotta pull this back and unclip that little guy. You gotta push that guy backwards to get it off. Just wanna show you guys a dope view from the back side. Pause. Watch. All right, so next up, you're gonna want to remove that grill off of the speaker location, and you're gonna have 3 screws. 1, 2, 3 screws. Now that's nice and loose, as you can see. And now I think next I gotta pop that little clip in order to get the door handle off. I don't remember exactly, it's been a while, but I'll let you know in a sec. So yes, you want to push that guy in and actually just grab the door panel. You want to grab the door panel with some loving and just pull towards you, and the handle cover will come off. Then I believe you have 2 screws, one back there, move that out the way, and one there. All right, so once you get those 2 screws off, you can see the entire door panel comes off on its own. Not on its own, but you gotta maneuver it, shimmy it back and forth so it can come out. So I'm gonna go ahead and, obviously without recording, I'm gonna go ahead and do the driver rear, and passenger rear. I'm gonna take all of them off, and then we'll get to the next step. I always want to stress this and say this quite often, is that I'm not a mechanic, I'm not a professional. I just know the basics. I've been messing with Hondas for many years, so I know somewhat of their ins and outs. And again, I'm just a guy who enjoys working on cars, Hondas, and hopefully as I'm making the videos, I'm learning something at the same time, because I don't know everything about them. I don't know every nook and cranny, every screw and every bolt and this and that. I don't. So hopefully with these videos, and possibly you guys even making comments, we learn a little bit more. I don't know if I ever showed you guys this, but I remember talking about it in one of the videos that I have a carbon fiber hood for the CRX. Let me show you guys. Let me lean it there real quick. So here is the carbon fiber hood for the CRX, and what's dope is it is the, please don't quote me, it is the SIR style, where this little hump comes up instead of down. You see it? The only sucky part is right there. There's a hole in it. So what I think I'm gonna have to do is obviously make, either patch that, or I'm gonna have to get the hood pins, make them fit so that I can cut on both sides and we'll be even again. But yes, it needs to be sanded, re-cleared, all that good stuff. But you see right there, it's the real deal. Okay, all 4 door panels are out, 2 front and the 2 rear. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this rag, some degreaser, clean them off a little bit, and then get ready for the dyeing part. So what I did is I sprayed them. I just misted it with water, but I didn't want to spray too much on the cloth. So I tried my best to just stay away from it, because I don't want it to get too wet. I want the dye to really sit in and go into the fibers and really soak into the fibers, instead of already having just plain water being soaked into the fiber, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray them with some degreaser, give them a quick wipe down, and give them a quick wipe down, and then move on. Just got my butt all wet. Pause. I forgot that the hose is on the ground. I stepped on the hose and water ran straight at my tail. See that guy? He was facing up. See this dripping? Yeah, because I moved out the way and it kept on dripping. So now my butt's all wet. I ain't gonna show you, but just know that my booty wet. Pause. Okay, so with the instructions of RIT black all-purpose dye, the instructions say, here we go, directions. Some hot water, empty this in there, bada bing bada boom, you're done. Obviously the more dye, probably the more potent it's going to be. The more water, the more diluted it's going to be. So I like to use a whole lot of this because I want it super black. So I'm gonna go boil some water and then come back out here and see if I have a foam brush and brush it on there, or I'm not sure yet how I'm going to apply it. Maybe with just a rag, dip it into the dye and spread it onto the fabric. Let me go boil some water first. Okay, you guys saw water was boiling, brought it out. I'm about to literally just dump the whole thing in because like I said, I want it dark. Now I couldn't find the foam brush that I was hoping for, but I did find a regular paintbrush. Hopefully it works out the same. It should, but I feel like the foam would probably be better. So now I'm literally just gonna dip it in, spread it all over the cloth. Literally dipping. And I don't care if it gets a little bit on the panel itself, because like I said, we are going to be flocking that anyways. So I'm literally just gonna do this all the way around, and hopefully it comes out good. Hoping for the best. We're hoping for the best. All right, so this is with coat number 1. It's not as black as I wanted, but you obviously can tell the difference. It's no longer that grayish color. So I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit. Don't mind that, I got a little carried away. I'm gonna let it sit for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna start over at that first one again and work my way this way with coat number 2. Do you need different coats? Do you need separate coats? I don't think so, but that's the way I'm doing it. And I did notice, like, you could see like the brush marks here, and then on the other ones you really can't as much, because I didn't brush it in like I did with the first one. So I would recommend maybe just your first brush, maybe brush it like once or twice, like 1 or 2 strokes, pause, and then that's it. All right, second coat is done. Like I said, please do not worry about the drips that you see on the panels, because tomorrow we start the flocking process. So you're not even gonna see any of that mess that I made, and I'm cool with it. I'm okay. But it looks a little bit darker with the second coat. Hopefully tomorrow when we come back and check it out, it's gonna be a little darker, dried up, so that tomorrow we can slap the glue on and start the flocking process. Welcome back. It is the next day. We had a small issue throughout the night. You can still kind of see it, kind of cloudy, right? Well, these bad boys all got wet. It looks better on camera than what it does in person, but I left them out last night. It ended up raining, so some, you can see there, like some of the spots, it got washed out and diluted so much that it almost reverted back to what it was originally. So sometime down the road, I'm gonna end up dyeing that again to get it back to that, you know, darker black. Because again, these two look decent, but they're still a little bit patchy. These two, they look a little bit more gray. It's all good. It's all good. So here's the flocking kit. This is a little bit that I had remaining from the last time that I did other interior parts. So I ended up ordering a whole pound of it. This is the little flocker, mini flocker, and this is the glue. Hopefully I have enough to do all 4 door panels, but if not, you guys will get the point, man. It's literally the same process on all 4 door panels. All right, so it's very simple, guys. Take the glue, you take a brush, and that's that. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna show you guys. I don't know if I want to put glue on the entire panel at once. I probably am going to, because I'm impatient. But here goes nothing. You literally paint the glue onto whatever panel it is that you are flocking. I'm not going to get all in there because it's just going to be a waste of flock. You just spread it all the way around. You don't need a heavy coat of it, so don't go ham. Just spread and spread and spread. Don't mess it up. I put on some glue. I'm gonna go ahead and flock away. Pause on the action of me flocking. I didn't want to do the whole door panel because I'm not sure how sticky or if the glue would dry up. So here we go. All right, so panel number 1 is done. Doesn't do it justice on the camera, man. It still looks gray, but in person it is super dark. All those little spots that you see, because it's kind of drizzling right now, I think it's the flock just like bulking up and like gathering up into a little ball. But once this dries tomorrow, I can come and probably just take like a microfiber towel and pass it through the whole thing, and I bet it'll probably all go away. So that's the first panel, the glue, the flocker. So yeah guys, that was panel number 1. I got 3 more to do. It's literally the exact same process. I'm not gonna bore you with that. I'm gonna go ahead and get to it, try to get under maybe my tent to continue doing the rest because of this little drizzle. And in the next video, I should be able to show you guys what they look like in the vehicle. It looks freaking dope. It looks freaking dope. So yes, once it dries up, tomorrow I could either take a blower to it or whatever and get all the little fibers out of the fabric and then install them into the car. So thank you for tuning. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and if you want to see the videos quicker than anybody else, make sure to hit that notification button. Chase the dream, not the competition. Peace.